Hello everybody, Vangaris here. Welcome back to Borderlands 3. We're continuing through this DLC we were able to get to early. So what I'm thinking we might do is try to wrap up this DLC, and then we might get back to the main quest line, because I want to be able to use artifacts. I want to be able to have a fourth weapon slot. It's weird going through DLC when we're... Well, it's weird going through DLC when we don't have like a whole lot of... like stuff unlocked that we can use, you know. It's just very it's very all over the place. Alright, let's go do that. Since we are near this place to some degree. Alright. Okay, this place is 100% completed, so we can just go do this quest and then get out of here. Which would be nice. I would like to finish up this DLC, because as far as I can tell, I think the DLCs scale up in level based on what I've seen, because the two DLCs I've tackled so far, with the arms race and with this one, they started off at 13, but then they scaled up very fast to what my current level was. So I'm curious. You know, I'm basically running on the assumption that this game does scale.
Perhaps the gas needs a little nudge. Sublime bitch! He won't part with the wine without some convincing.
Alright, so apparently we gotta...
Ah, the wine. Stupid.
I just want your loot.
Carefully. Excellent. If you would be so
Thank you
kind
for
as to
the
bring it to
poor
the
puns.
largest wine
Alright, so these are the valves that I saw in an earlier
behind.
sort of run through this
I
area.
ask only that you leave it unopened. And should you hear any knocking from within, don't knock back.
Yeah, this is the spot with the random thing that killed me.
A hunt with a bounty. That would buy a lot of chew toys.
Thank you. The wine is best left in my care for safekeeping and safe drinking.
That's a very ominous thing to say. But let's go back to the lodge. So that area is pretty much complete, so that's nice. That's helpful. My main thing with this DLC is we've still got that big opening area, which seems to be mostly... like, the opening area, the Skitter Mall, whatever it is, seems to be the biggest area of the map, but it seems to be the most empty just because it's mostly a giant lake, from what I understand, so... don't think we'll need to worry about dealing with that too much.
That would buy a lot of chew toys.
Alright, good deal.
Sleeper beyond the I require a text.
Alright, so what's the next one we should do?
You need a library card. But I can hardly hear you over this blasted bonded book club.
See.
No one is taking anything out until I can
Dustbound
hear myself
archives.
think.
Okay, I think the archives are about the archives. The archives about done right now. But yeah, I think the archives are almost complete. I think 81% looks like it. Got all the challenges. I think it really is just quests at this point.
Well, that's your
I really want to get back to the main quest line. One, because I want to see if the base game scales, and two, because I want to finish unlocking stuff for my character. This is one thing that I don't like about games like this, where they lock sort of like unlockable like gear features and gear slots behind quests instead of levels. That's one thing I'm not a fan of in video games, is when you lock things behind quests as opposed to levels. Anyway, let's see what this is about.
I will admit it is true what the young lady said. Terrible fates have befallen all who gaze upon the Nibblenomicon's accursed pages. Which are all of them?
You have never known pain like that which I will soon bestow upon you.
No, I was listening to that conversation, Pat.
All the others I said something. There's blood everywhere. Get back in. Done what fucked my side of me. Death smile.
Good, good. The Nibblenomicon is near, just through there. Quickly, Vault Hunter. I'm ravenous with anticipation.
Okay, so just continue straight.
One of these poor souls must have botched the frozen daiquiri recipe. A fickle drink, that. Well, one of them must have the book. You'll just have to pry it from their cold, fragile hands. Work on infernal grammar. Useful for
Yeah, my pet's got this.
diabolists, but not what we seek. Keep searching. Vermivorous mysteries. Well, this could prove invaluable for summoning extraplanar Varkids. Only the Nibblenomicon has the recipes I crave. It must be around here somewhere.
One thing I haven't thought about is exactly how the base game like does it scale? Question mark? Because DLC, it makes sense for the game to mechanically scale it to whatever level you happen to be by the time you finish the base game, right? But the base game, I would imagine, would be paced normally, unless they just scale everything, you know, based on like an algorithm as opposed to like a hard, like level cap sort of thing. I don't know.
The tomb is revealed. Quickly now. Pick it up.
Finally! I've been freezing my deckled edges off over here. Get me out of here before I get all moldy!
It seems there are others who share my literary interests. Go about your dark business and
It can't be!
dissuade them.
Looking for cover! Take my... Prepare yourself for death! The thrill of the hunt! I am a unique individual! And dream! Let the life bleed from you.
Are you gonna talk to me while I hold you? Yeah.
Finally, the unhallowed mysteries of the Nibblenomicon will soon be revealed. The vegan turducken, the eggplant parmesan, the eld disc. Take it, and whatever you do, do not read it yourself. Now, swiftly, away to the librarian to check it out.
Ah, don't listen to that old stick in the mud. You can read me. Come on, open me up. Just check the table of contents real quick. Listen, between you and me, page 666, there is a recipe for fettuccine and dibble gorgonzola. It is to die for, literally.
Do not be swayed by its charms, however zesty they may be.
What? My eternal life! I have the text I require. I presume you'll want to make a record of it.
Oh, you found the book. Well, go on, give it here. Now, I'll just open it to stamp the date here on this perfectly innocuous end page, and what's this? Some kind of recipe? I can stop reading it. Whoa!
A shame. But there's no saving her. Ah, this is why the book belongs with me. Nothing good ever comes of meddling with the
Yeah, see, that dialogue's why I didn't fast travel back, is because I figured if I fast traveled back, I'd probably miss something.
Good. Get the book and bring it to me without delay.
Yeah, pick me up, but no stamps, got it? You come near me with a stamp, and I'll make sure you live to regret it for a long, long time.
Hunt with a bounty. That would buy a lot of chew toys.
Wonderful. Just leave it on the bar so that I may attempt one of its recipes.
Very well. If you transform, I hope you will be more of a challenge than the librarian.
No need to worry. I am quite proficient in such rituals. But what to make? Damned chowder? Too salty? Sugar-free?
One thing I'm surprised by is you normally have a challenge in these games to get like $1 million,
Yes,
but I didn't get any challenge done when I got to $1 million for some reason. It's weird. I guess they took out just the flat value, some of the flat value stuff. Like, one thing I did like from like the previous games was the really funny challenges where it's just like regen health and shoot bullets. I thought those were kind of funny.
Anybody else want waffles? Do I even eat? How would that even work? But I definitely want waffles.
Now, carefully transmit the final ingredient to the cauldron over the fireplace. Yes, yes. With the queso complete, the townsfolk will be drawn to the lodge in droves. Of course, someone should taste it, just to be sure.
Queso is carrion food, and I'm
Yeah.
Alpha. I must decline your offer of cheese-related sustenance.
Oh, no, no. Not you, dear Vault Hunter. Simply feed a bowl to the Nibblenomicon. We shall see soon enough if the recipe was a success.
Oh, that's some of the best damn Xylurgus queso I have ever had. The cilantro perfectly overpowers and ruins any other redeeming flavors.
Like,
It's so good, it makes me want to puke just to taste it again.
Sweet, savory success. I am most grateful for your assistance.
I'm not sure whose guess I am. I've known Hammerlock longer, but Wainwright hasn't shot me as much. Not for a lack of trying, though.
I want to bring something up here in a minute once we're done with this quest.
Who calls me? Oh, it's you. I was expecting my old friend and compatriot, the proprietor. But while I'm here, a bit of advice for you. Treat the proprietor well, and respect the lodge, and you will find in him a powerful ally. But I caution you, do not overstep your bounds. There is a limit to even that one's hospitality. And as they say, beware the fury of a patient man.
All right.
I've got bullets with your name
All right.
on them.
Well, anyway, I caught Gage saying something about Maya and being like sorry, and I'm like, wait a minute. So, is Maya gonna die? Like, are we gonna have another main character get killed in each game just for dramatic effect? I feel like that's an element that I'm okay with, depending on how they do it. But
Oh, there's a pleasure.
I really want to. Who are you? Where did that dialogue come from? I didn't trigger anything. It's just kind of odd, all things considered. Alright, let's unlock that doohickey. I think about it, I'm not going to keep some of this stuff. Actually, here's one thing, is this weapon has higher damage. See, it's got higher damage, accuracy, handling, reload time, and fire rate. But it doesn't have any extra effects. Like in terms of like elemental effects, and that's the thing that kind of makes me want to swap it out.
Have some money. Now why not spend it? Now get out of here.
And that critical hit, returning 2 bullets to the magazine and ricocheting 2 bullets at the nearest enemy, is decent. And it's one of those things too, where like the damage is so like slightly different that it might be best to have something like this to use. You know, it's like the damage is like slightly going to be altered by the fact of the bonus to like critical hits and stuff, along with the irradiation or the radiation damage.
Right there.
So it makes you wonder about things. It's got a better zoom. It's got less weapon accuracy, which is kind of weird. Let me test this. It's a much more consistent fire rate. We'll probably stick with that. At this point, I'm not really worried about like doing anything in particular as far as like I don't know where I was going with that. Dang, completely lost my train of thought. Alright, so what quest do we have left? Alright, they all go to Skittermaw, so
That would buy a lot
let's
of
go
cheap
do
toys.
that one.
A sinister sound requires unholy percussions. The crackling of bones should do. Secure a cacophonous conveyance.
I didn't realize I had a ping.
Frost riders.
The more you know.
Crush them within a
Alright,
canyon.
let's
The
go
reverberating
to wherever this place is. We need to go to the drop pod, which is near the beginning, so... Actually, that'll be faster. This is one weird thing, is doing a bunch of DLC stuff in the middle of the main quest line feels weird, but because you unlock them at level 13, it feels... Like the pacing feels weird, you know what I mean? Like being able to go to DLCs too early feels like that kind of interferes with the narrative flow of the entire game, right? There's one reason why I think hard level scaling is can be superior to algorithmic level scaling, you know, because when you have X quest at X level, then you can focus. Then you can sort of focus up on what you need to have. Okay, we'll deal with that later. But see, these enemies here are not scaled. Which is the weird part about it, because, like, there's no way that they coded just this area to not scale intentionally, right? Like, that's got to be a mistake. That has got to be a mistake. There's no way that they would have the levels randomly spike up 15 levels.
Come on! That was gonna be the big surprise for the newlyweds! Friggin' bummer! But, like, someone must have taken them, right? The hell, dude! Someone send them off! Go find them and stop them! They're gonna ruin the surprise!
Love a good kill.
Where am I going here? Okay, back over that way. Good deal. But yeah, as I was saying with the sort of level scaling sort of thing, I think it's good for narrative progression to have that level scaling because it means that you will tackle certain things at certain points in the game. And so you can sort of guide the player along a more
Found the fireworks.
sort of consistent pathway. Because if you just leave everything up to like a certain level of algorithmic scaling, then you have players kind of doing things in random orders that might have different results, right? Like coming to this DLC beforehand may have potentially spoiled something to do with Maya. And it's like, okay, that kind of undermines it, even though I can get to this DLC before I can complete the main quest to get to that Maya thing, you know what I mean? Well, like, this game is sort of an example of how level scaling can take away from the experience and cheapen things when you can go to an area that can essentially overclock your level and give you spoilers for main questline stuff. You know, it's that weird thing where sort of like in the future, once a game is fully released, when all the DLCs come out, you run into issues with that sometimes where the DLC is not properly paced in accordance with the base game.
Insidious. These unholy percussions will scratch away at the guest's sanity. Shall we take a listen? Perfection.
I think I was supposed to chase
You
him.
are strange. I like that. What is the nature or nurture that twisted you like a windswept tree?
That was way easier than I thought it was going to
Who
be.
can say? Now, let us continue our duet of despair. I require the wailing of hungry wolven, preferably with blood on the breath.
Actually, this is a good point to get this other quest done.
Okay, now that you've got everything, I picked out the most perfect spot to launch those suckers. Only problem is, it's teensy bit occupied. Think you could, handle that?
Another falls silent.
Alright, where am I going for this launch area? Okay, so it is over here. It is over here.
Gage, the festive explosives are in place.
Awesome! Okay, now bring that detonator back to the lodge. Yes! This is gonna be so awesome!
This is also one thing, right? Like, going back to the level discussion. I don't know why I'm writing about levels so much this episode, but, like, when you hard scale everything, you don't have algorithmic glitches like this, where all of the enemies in this zone don't scale up. Right, you completely remove the issue of algorithm failing randomly whenever enemies are precisely leveled.
You know, you really saved the day, Vault Hunter. I mean, like, well, again. Because this is gonna be freaking magical! Hey, welcome back to the party! Now that all that hard work's done, it is time to play hard! Go on, mingle! Do it, mingle!
Mingling is not my jam, but very well.
Also, just real quick, if you happen to see that Ista guy again, just, you know, put in a good word for your girl Gage, okay? I'm not just saying that because of the,
Alright, let us return to the lodge, where we can sample more dramatic
Oh, good. More
pauses. That impression actually wasn't that bad. Let me know in the comments if my impression was good or not. Either way, I'll have a fun time reading it.
Recruit! You're here! Oh, hi! I missed you! Did I ever tell you that I, like, love you? Not, like, in a weird way, just, you know, love, man. It's all love.
It is impossible that you are intoxicated. You have no organs or mouth.
Look, the important thing is I'm feeling good. And looking good. Ooh, dancing. Come on, dance with me. I won't take no for an answer. Oh, yeah, check me out. I'm dancing.
Who was Ista again? I forgot.
Yeah, nice moves. I'm guessing. I wasn't really watching because I was like too lost in the groove. It's like the whole world just disappears when I'm dancing. It's just me and the rhythm and me. You know.
How are you drunk?
Far be it from me to harsh one's mellow.
How can a computer get high?
Every proprietor's dream.
Yeah, like it.
Greetings to you once again, honored guest. How might I sate your desire?
There is something very, very, very wrong about you, Manculus. And I will find out what it is. But until then, I must extend my appreciation for your hospitality.
Crap. How do I emote?
That you have taken us. Shine to me. I
There we
wish
go.
for only comfort and hospitality. Perhaps you would like to stay perpetually.
I would absolutely, categorically, vehemently not like to do that.
Very well, as is your wont. But do know this. The lodge will always welcome you, should you ever return.
Now that the great beast has been felled, what will become of the town?
Do not let it trouble you. The lodge will provide. And after all, wheresoever there is death, there is also new life. Now please, do enjoy them festivities.
I'm homesick for Pandora, and that's...
I hope you are feeling joyous this day, my friends.
Oh yes, the festivities are quite well in full swing. My husband and I do like the sound of that. My husband. We couldn't be happier.
My dear Alistair is right on that count. Now, granted, the whole cursed ring business threw us for a bit of a loop. But what's a wedding without a little excitement, don't you think?
That's my Winnie. And Vault Hunter, we couldn't have done any of this without you.
I am pleased I was able to assist. And may I say, Congratulations to you both.
Thanks, Vault Hunter, for everything.
Hey, it's time. Go set up the detonator, and I'll get our rooms outside. Come on, you two. We've got a surprise for you.
Oh my, more surprises. Gage, you've really outdone yourself.
Just doing my job. Hit it, Vault Hunter!
My word, how spectacular.
Oh, doggy, that's quite a show.
Hell yeah! Sky Anarchy! Skynarchy! No, that didn't work.
They're already outside. They're literally looking in the direction the explosives will probably go off.
I used to have one just
Okay,
like
whatever.
that.
Hearts or love? Because love is vague, I want to do that. Alright, good deal.
A hunt with a bounty.
Making progress,
That would buy
making
a lot of
progress.
chew
Music's really
toys.
getting me in the mood to just run around. Get rid of all the purple stuff. Alright, we are slowly running out of quests. Which is good. That's what you want to do in a game. You want to slowly run out of quests. Alright, where do we need to go for this quest? Over there, that one place that we never really liked going.
You are prey. This is the way of things.
I kind of want to check out the soundtrack to this game just because I've liked some of the music that's been played. I bought the soundtrack to Borderlands 2, and while I don't listen to the entire soundtrack on repeat just because the whole thing's like 10 billion hours long. Like I think it's 4.5 hours long. Or maybe 4.25 or something like that. It's over 4 hours long, right? And a lot of the tracks are like, 1 to 3 minute sort of jams of different things that are sort of aesthetically relevant to a particular like area of the map. And there's some good stuff in there. It's just one of those things that I really enjoy video game soundtracks. I think they're interesting. And now I'm wondering what my favorite video game soundtrack would be. That's a tough one. As much as I like the Dark Souls trilogy, I feel like 1 or 3 might be on that list of like my top soundtracks that I personally enjoy. I don't know. It's a tough call. It's a tough call. Tough call.
See how it turned out.
I know
Even
the
sound makes my hair
Doom soundtracks would be up there for Actually, Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, Ancient Gods Part 1 and Part 2. Just all of that music is great. And that'd definitely be up there. I might have to go just classic for me and just pick World of Warcraft's base game soundtrack. Because it's got the music for World of Warcraft is pretty good.
That will allow my sinister sound to transcend this mortal plane. Find the Frostbiter Banshee.
Alright, I need to kill the Prime Wolven.
Use the bell. Yes?
Whence you came.
Okay, that's what this pathway's for.
You'd better defend yourself unless you want to end up in my dark mix.
This is my purpose.
It's one of those weird things where, like, as someone who really enjoys music and enjoys making his own music, it's one of those things where I feel like a lot of musicians sort of get up and sort of, like, think way too highly of their own music. It's like, yeah, music can be a great sort of tool for dealing with emotions, right? Which in turn helps deal with all kinds of things attached to those emotions, but it's just one of those things where I feel like a lot of people kind of sniff their own farts when it comes to what their music does. And that's kind of annoying. You know, it's like one of those things where, like, just because your song connected with people and makes them feel better and might have gotten them through a tough time doesn't mean that you're, like, you know, like, keep your ego in check, you know?
Drop the beat on him and his insidious followers.
You must be DJ Midnight's assistant. Well, she's a hellacious hack.
Alright, where are we going? This.
She can't handle the Banshee.
Okay, we're going back over there.
But maybe she can sample your scream instead.
Rest now. Your hunt is over.
Now free the Banshee. I must have her voice. Wedding present alert! There's one nearby. You gotta grab it. Get her to scream.
Could you do me a favor and scream into this cursed recorder? Terrifying. I must hear it again. It's not a fetish.
One good thing about this is we're going to have a lot of cash to spend when we get back to Sanctuary. Might even check out some of the Iridium stuff, just because we've got, like... How much do we have, actually? About 900 Iridium, so we've got a lot we can play with. Never stood a chance. Hey! Where be it? Where be it? I heard tell of a present being nearby. I imagine it's somewhere down this little side path? Maybe? Yes. Ah, there it is. Okay. How do I get up there? Okay, it looks like it just leads around this way. This is one of those things, right, that I mentioned earlier in this series on Borderlands 3 is when you have the whole looter-shooter aspect of the game, and then you give us mechanics that essentially convert all of the, you know, like all of the guns and stuff into ammo and cash, you're essentially disincentivizing, or not disincentivizing, but like you're basically building a workaround for some of the looting in the game. So while you're still looting stuff and it's still a looter-shooter, you're kind of undermining the majority of the looting whenever it becomes, whenever it just auto-converts into stuff the player uses, right? It's sort of like you've created a problem with having excessive loot, and the solution is to, instead of having less excessive loot, you turn it into cash and ammo instead. It's like, how about you just reduce the loot dropped?
That would buy
And
a
just,
lot of chew toys.
you don't even really have to do anything else. Just reduce the amount of loot dropped.
Who calls me? Oh, it's you. I was expecting my old friend and compatriot, the proprietor. But while I'm here, a bit of advice for you. Treat the proprietor.
A warning, this may drive you mad if you're not mad already.
Alright. That was sweet.
I can only wonder
So how many,
what the
oh, sweet enough for
song may
Marcus.
call to our presence.
Now I'm trying to think, what is the, see, actually we might be, are we done with all the gifts? Because I think we've gotten them all. I think each level had one. And I think that was the last one we needed. There was only one glowing one I saw on the gift table. So maybe that's done. I don't know. With all these challenges and sort of like mini, they're not really mini quests, they're like mini objectives. It's this is one thing that I like about this game compared to the other ones, is the mini objectives that are sort of like collectibles and stuff. I like those little sort of things that kind of keep you exploring. Okay, I guess this guy just never shuts up whenever I come back. Has she started playing yet? Oh. Okay, I didn't really get to hear it that well. Oh well. Oh, neat.
A hunt with a bounty. That would buy a lot of chew toys.
Alright, I might just hoard the iridium for now, just because I don't really need weapons, because mine are at the very least effective, and at the most overpowered. So, alright, so that's the only quest I have left, but there's 2 more in the area. In the Skittermaw Basin, so there's still stuff to do. Where are we going for this quest?
Hey! Hey! Over here! My queen! She needs my help!
But in any case, we should be able to wrap up this DLC and return to the base game in a little bit, which will be nice. I've completely forgotten where things were at the base game, like at this point. I know that we just reached sort of Maya's planet, and that's it. I don't think I did anything after that. It's like we showed up, unlocked the fast travel, and then I think that's it.
Find me a new power coil. There should be something we can use in the old excavation site. Now, do it for the queen. She needs me.
Shoddy construction.
Alright, so where is this guy? Okay, he's way over there. Let me go pick up this quest.
Is this a fish cult?
What? No! No! The Order of the Mesopelagic Yuri.
Alright, so
It's a very healthy constitutional monarchy. We don't worship her, but I'm a queen's fish, so I must do my duty as a patriot.
okay, it's gonna be one of those quests.
A meager life, a fitting death.
Okay, great. Now, come back and fix my crane. The fish queen will be in your debt for your
Where is this
deed
actually?
this day.
Okay, so it's over there.
How is your fish queen in danger?
Oh, you are so kind to ask. The ravenous abominations we've been at war with for eons, the Cephalopod's dominion, they're planning to break the concord of abyssal depths.
Ah, how brazen.
I know, right? Now you understand what's at stake. I've got to warn her, my queen.
Alright.
Now please, restore this device.
Back to the fish knight, or whatever he'd be considered. Fish nobility.
Yes! Most excellent. My triumphant return will soon be at hand. Scale Brothers will take me to my queen. But first, I have to acquire a Scale Brother out of the lake. This means burning a hole in the ice. To do that, we will need the blood of the mighty Githian itself. Please take that special container.
Go now and find a cascade of Githian's blood. I believe there is one in a nearby cave.
Are we accidentally gonna drop that on him and kill him?
I cannot break through that.
Ah, what luck! Critch! My Scale Brother will certainly enjoy an offering of Critch meat. While you are there, acquire meat from the mightiest among them.
You are forgotten.
Okay. Getting there, getting there.
Invincible!
Still don't know what I'm gonna be able to do whenever I can deal with that purple stuff.
That one!
It's probably a main quest line thing we unlock.
The most righteous slaughter! Pick up that tasty, tasty meat. The way is now clear, and the font of Githian blood awaits! And now, use that container and acquire the blood. Excellent! Retrieve it! Yes, delightful! Return to me now. It is time to make an offering to the Scale Brother.
Now, place the offering of meat upon this mighty hook. Next, place the container of Githian blood upon the ice. Just there. Now quickly, retreat to a safe distance, then shoot the container while the blood is still warm. Do it! Exactly as planned! And now, to provide the offering. To me, Scale Brother! No! They're coming! The Cephalopods' Dominion must have struck a pact with the Frostbiters! Repel them! For the Queen!
Death smile.
He's taken the lure! But this frail land body can't reel him in! I need help! Very good! I am back in control of the rod. But hark! More Frostbiters approach! Defend me once again!
A slaughter to remember! You there, how are your last breaths going?
You've done it! The Cephalopod's dominion will not rule the Silk Court this day! Oh, what's this? Yes, I've got a hold of him! My Scale Brother arrives! Look upon him! Now, retrieve him for me! No! The Wolfen seek to feast upon my Scale Brother! Do not allow this!
Is he about to be dragged down?
Place it within my hut.
Okay.
Here is your brother.
We're not literally related, racist much. It's metaphorical. We are brothers in arms, in service to our queen. Now please, give me some privacy as I prepare myself for an audience in the Queen's court. Your sacrifice shall not be in vain, my Scale Brother. For once I have donned the proper garb, I shall return to our beloved Queen and defend her to my final breath. Ah, my Scale Brother has given himself to the noble cause. I am nearly ready for my queen. Sadly, this Scale Brother lacks bioluminescence.
He looks
so
quite
we'll have
dead.
to make do. Please acquire the fog lights from my fishing boat. Now, affix them to my glorious form. Most excellent. I will now be able to peer through the depths. Please accompany me to the mighty crane, that I might descend to my...
How is that racist? You're different races. That's literally the opposite of racism. Is he just gonna skin the fish and walk out in his outfit? Yeah, pretty much.
As a field marshal of the Mesopelagic army, I bestow upon you the highest honor my rank allows, the Silver Scale.
Decomposition suits you.
He looks so stupid. Just so stupid. No, robot, you're not going. Come back. He's about to get eaten, isn't he? Or not.
We Slass! I need something from you. How goes it, Guido? We should Slass again! But first, I need something. There is a flower that grows on the mountaintop. Pluck this flower and return to me. Then we
Alright.
Slass.
I thought we would
When I first
get like a stinger at the end of that quest to
thought I
do
was the
something,
strongest
but
creature on the
I
planet.
guess not. Alright, so I think the only quest left is that one that's over there, so...
All around us. In the water and the air. In the trees and in the
Let's see what this quest is.
and even in the petals of the mountain.
I'm probably going to double check all the areas afterward to see if they're like
Strength.
99% complete. Because given how weird the percentages have been across different parts of the game, I'm wondering if we should focus on 100s or if we should, you know, sort of give it a break and then like give it a break once we hit like a certain point. Oh, okay, you're that guy. Okay. Hello.
A hunt with a bounty. That would buy a lot of chew toys.
Okay, so I guess these were the flowers that I saw around this area that were like in the little poop piles.
I have no blood, so I'm taking yours.
I was wondering why those looked so odd.
Invincible.
Probably gonna try to speed run this.
You there. How are your that?
One star. We're not tired again.
This is one of the weird things, right? Is like certain, like the XP multipliers in this game are really weird. This franchise in general, right? Like you'll kill an enemy 5 levels below you and you'll get like 2 XP. But you kill one 4 levels below you, you get like 400 XP. You know, and the prime time you get like, there's like a very awkward sort of range of level XP. It's like 4 to 5 levels up and down is where you get the XP that you like. Anything below that lower threshold is just like minuscule. This is one reason why I kind of like the Souls leveling system, just because all the enemies have a hard sort of amount of what they give. and that is part of the thing that makes leveling up interesting with them. Is you can't just farm the same enemy over and over and over. Eventually, they will, their souls are not going to be enough, right? Or not. They're gonna eventually lose their luster, as it were. And so you go for tougher enemies that give you more. It's just one of those things that there's a lot of really good design philosophies in the Souls series. That's one reason why I talk about it a lot.
You are strong, Guido. Follow me. No man knows the hour death will come for him. But when he comes, be the power. I am strong! Fight me, Guido. I will not go so easy on you this time.
Might level up after this quest, which would be nice.
Good Slass. I almost got you that time, Guido. Help me out, would you?
Actually, one thing I'm wondering about now is if the vault level,
Not
like the vault card level, every time that levels up, I wonder if
back to the Slass.
once you sort of unlock all the gear, you just, like you unlock all the collectibles, you just get the gear. Not the gear, but you just get keys after that. I wonder if that happens or if it ends at a certain point.
I must quaff something. We must Slass again, but first I require
2 shots.
a of mushrooms, Guido. Fetch me the Ulum Lai, a blue mushroom found only in the Kotari pits. Then we Slass!
Nice. Loot. Lots of loot. I've not really found a very overpowered weapon that deals corrosive damage except for that one legendary that I had for a while and then sold. Okay, that's the way out.
A hunt with a bounty. That would buy a lot of chew toys.
Alright, so is this quest repeatable? Can we just fight him over and over?
Do you see me?
Alright. Where are we going with this? Okay, this is in a different sort of zone. I really wish there were more fast travel points in this particular level. Actually, in certain parts of this game, there just needs to be more fast travel points. Like, having 2 would make a big difference. Like, on opposite ends of the map. Like, just that alone would help a lot. It's just when you just have the 1 at the very beginning and everything else is sort of like a long loop around path anyway. Which is one of those things that undermines doing extra content whenever you have to, like, run through an entire zone for the umpteenth time. Because a quest took you through the entire thing to get to one spot that realistically should have a fast travel point nearby.
Blood everywhere. hunt with a bounty. That would buy a lot of chew toys.
Such power! Come then, to the slashing pit!
I hope there's not a part 3 to this where we have to go all the way through like another zone to get more stuff, because that's just going to be a very long running complaint of run all the way over here, pick up 1 to 5 things, run all the way back,
There can be no
or teleport back.
without Kaif.
You know, it's just one of those things where like the fast travel improvement in this game I like being able to fast travel to any fast travel point from anywhere,
For our Slass.
but they need more fast travel points on some of the maps. That's my biggest complaint with the fast travel system they have in this game, is they need more, particularly in levels that have only one fast travel point right now.
For although you have defeated me, we are still friends.
Ah, you return.
Thank you, Guido. My armory opens its doors to you once more. Happy hunting!
I know only the eternal hunt.
The Slashing! I require something of you. Clearly, you are the superior warrior, Guido. But I learn something from you each time we slash. Let's make this a fair fight, shall we? From life comes strength. I speak of eggs, those laid by the monster.
I'm kind of not really paying attention to what I'm picking up unless it's legendary or it's a non like weapon item.
Why, Guido? Because we are eager to slash and prove our worth. All the strength you need in life, your mother provides you, whether man or beast, plant or mushroom. There is wisdom in this, Guido.
It's kind of cool that we can regenerate health together. See, I've already got 1 point in there, so I would like that. Any sort of like health recovery, I'm a fan of, especially when it's active. This really is the last time, though. Promise. I hope so. I hope so.
A hunt with a bounty. That would buy a lot of chew toys.
Alright, where are we going for these eggs? Planet progress 97%. This quest might be it. This might be the quest that does it. Alright, so... Okay, this will probably lead into that place where we were talking about earlier. Get to go through these wonderful bosses again.
Eager life, a fitting death. The thrill of the hunt!
Deal radiation damage. I'm doing a lot right now. At least it looks like it. There's so much loot in the game that's just completely outclassed once you get like some of the legendary stuff. And I understand that it's legendary loot, right? Like it's like top tier weaponry, but like when you can get them so early on in the game, it kind of undermines using realistically anything else. That's one thing I just realized with this gun is if there's like a really tough enemy that I hit in the head repeatedly, the bullets will continue to come back and ricochet to other targets, which will be useful for many reasons.
This is the way of things.
This is one thing that I kind of like as I've played more of Flak is a lot of the talent points and the gameplay is very symbiotic between the player and the pet. It seems to be a very common theme with a lot of their skill points is like sort of helping each other out in a way. And by helping each other out, you kind of help yourself in a way.
trouble!
Oh wow, was this whole area accessible just from this little part that I completely ignored? It didn't even occur to me that there would be like a little tunnel on the bottom level. I kept trying to go in the top.
Yes, yes, return to me. Then we slash.
A hunt with a bounty. That would buy a lot of chew toys.
You are strong, Guido. Follow me. The eggs of the Kumathi Kusai. I eat. Then we slash. Do you smell that, Guido? It is the hunt, and it beckons. I am reborn! I am invincible! Quickly now, we meet once again in the art of the slash! We slash! You were too strong, Guido. Help me up, would you? For we are still friends. Thank you, Guido. That was a good slash. Each time we fight, I learn more. But you have
Clearly bested me. Help yourself to my armory, Guido. For, as you recall, we are friends.
Shotgun! Shotgun spam! Alright, that looks like the end of his quests. I think we're there. Let's see, got all the challenges done. There are no other quests in this area that I can see. Planet progress 101. There it goes. The percentage being weird again. Alright, so that's basically done. See, that's basically done. That's done. That is not done for some reason. Not really sure why. I don't see any quests in there. This area is done. I'm double checking because all the percentage just screwing around stuff is just weird. Like there's so much stuff that appears and then doesn't appear. So it's just very confusing in terms of like actually, you know, getting out. Oh, we still have that quest to do. I completely forgot about that. Alright, so where... So where do we actually have to go? Unpaid bar tab of Frostbiter. He took several bottles with him, which Mancubus would like to retrieve if possible. So, where is he? Okay, it's leading me south. Okay, he's over there. Let's go take care of this. It's funny how the planet says we're 101% done, but we've still got this Gideon thing. It's just another one of those things where the percentages are just completely destroyed in terms of relevance. They give you a vague idea of how much there's left to do. That's about it. Apart from that, they're kind of useless.
Quite resourceful. Even drained those bottles container form.
I still don't even really fully understand how they measure things if they can go over 100%. Like, is 100% purely quests? Or is it like a mixture of quests and other stuff? I needed to go up there. This was a mistake. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why the percentages are all weird. The math in the game is just having a fit. It does not wish to math anymore.
Without the safety provided by the mortals, it seems we have lost whatever. 1,000 gratitudes. You are ever our valued guest. The Lodge will remember.
Alright, where's this last one? There it is.
A hunt with a bounty. That would buy a lot of chew.
You dropped 2 legendaries. That's a pretty decent effect right there for damage stacking. Complete all crew challenges and side missions on Xylorgos. Alright, we are fully done with this DLC then. Hell yeah. Alright, so... Oh yeah, we don't turn that in anywhere, I don't think. Nope, we're just good to go. I kind of want to go through all the DLCs, but at the same time, I kind of want to go back to Sanctuary and, you know, let's check out some stuff. Let's wrap up our first DLC sort of binge. Then we'll get back to main questline stuff. I remember looking up how many chapters there were in the main story, and I think it said 23. I think it's something in the 20s, I think. So we might go up another like 4 or 5, 6 chapters and then do more DLC probably, just because it seems like the DLC isn't really sequential after the main quest. It seems like it's just kind of there as like a side content thing to do. So I'm thinking we just do what we can and you know, just do what we can when we can for the DLC stuff, because it just doesn't seem like it really matters from a story perspective, you know. Alright. We probably should upgrade this now that I think about it. I just now realized that's a 100% chance to reflect projectiles while shielded. I might take some of these out that are on the weaker side just because they're weaker, you know. See, that thing stacks, which makes me think that would be a pretty good weapon to save for later.
One step closer to your true potential.
Oh yeah, I need to sell stuff. I keep forgetting about that. Alright, since we're here, we may as well upgrade some stuff. I'm curious what the max carrying capacity is. Because like some of this stuff goes really far up. I imagine that's the last upgrade for SMGs, so that'll probably be the last thing we upgrade. I just want to max one out just for the sake of it, because there's probably an achievement for it, and it's like, if I'm close, why not? You know. Okay, we've already got the transformer, so I don't need 2 of them.
Staring at it won't change the price, friend.
Don't need either. Don't need both of those. Alright, I think we're good to go once we sell this stuff off. Add an additional plus 90% damage after 15 stacks. See, that thing's going to be ridiculously overpowered with the damage that we're dealing with our weapons currently. I just need to figure out when we actually unlock artifacts. And I'm keeping that just because I want to use that gun. I'm not that big of a fan of pistols, but
It won't change the price, friend.
I do like to have some of this stuff. I wonder if it'd be better to invest in some of the smaller upgrades for extra ammo, or just save it for the big SMG one, since the SMG is our most sort of overpowered weapon at this point. I don't know, but we'll see what's going on in the future. That was an interesting DLC, all things considered, so I'm curious of what the rest of the game has to throw at us. To those of you who made it this far, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see my other stuff, there are links to all my channels in the description. The main channel focuses on critical analysis of various mediums. The gaming channel focuses on general playthroughs and chill gaming content. The music channel holds various musical mashups, documentaries, discussions, and original works. The ESAS channel features archives of my Every Saturday a Stream series, which happens, you guessed it, on Saturdays, where I stream whatever and we chat. You can also check out my religious channel where I read the Bible and talk about different stories of how my faith has impacted my life. If any of that sounds interesting to you, feel free to give it a shot. Whether you do or don't, I'd like to thank you again for watching, and God bless.